Yo guys, welcome back to King of Holes, and yes, there is quite a bit going around at the moment about Canelo versus David Benavidez, and David Benavidez's promoter has said that apparently, from their understanding, Canelo does not intend to fight David Benavidez in his next fight. So, is Canelo actually ducking David Benavidez? Does he see this fight as a big risk? I mean, obviously, I don't fully know the answers. I'm not involved in all of that. But, I mean, we can, as fans, we can, of course, assume. My thoughts on this whole situation is, I mean, let's be honest, this fight should have already happened. David Benavidez, mandatory for the WBC. I don't understand why this fight's not being made. To be honest with you, I don't understand why this fight's not next. And, I'm assuming, like Canelo's probably got some reasons behind this, of course. I don't think it's ideal to be assuming that a fighter's ducking another fighter. But, this fight should have happened already. And I don't understand what the holdup is. Both guys are signed to the PBC. I don't see what the holdup is here. Benavidez is the mandatory at Canelo. It's not like it's an undisputed title fight and it's really hard. It's going to be really hard to make. No, David Benavidez is the mandatory at Canelo's WBC world title. I don't see what the holdup is here. But Benavidez, he's basically being ordered to fight him. But I don't get what the holdup is here. This should be next, Canelo and David Benavidez. But I mean, I know loads of people are going to be, saying, oh, yeah, Canelo calls the shots. Yes, Canelo is, the biggest name in boxing right now. But doesn't mean he doesn't need to fight his mandatory challenges. He needs to fight his mandatory challenges. Instead, what it looks like at the moment is, so in Canelo's most recent fight that he just had, he went down, he made Jermell Charlo come up 2 weight classes to super middleweight to fight him. And I didn't see the point in that. I didn't I know undisputed versus undisputed, but what's the point in fighting someone 2 weight classes below you, making them come up, gain all this weight, and for Charlo to be absolutely awful. Next, it looks like, there's been lots of rumors going around about Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. So again, someone who's below Canelo's weight. Jermell Charlo, a weight class below Canelo. Canelo's looking to make Jermell Charlo go up to super middleweight and make that fight. That fight's completely pointless. Completely pointless. Again, I mean, yes, I know, basically, Charlo's got a lot of the gold at middleweight, but again, no, fight people at your own weight class. You've got some good mandatory challenges. You've got Munguia. You've got David Benavidez. Why are these fights not being made? But the fight that everyone wants to see is Canelo versus Benavidez. This is one of the biggest fights in boxing right now. I don't get the hold-up. There are lots of people, surrounding Canelo's name with Terence Crawford as well. I made a video on this yesterday. That's not the fight. Crawford's 2 weight class. Crawford is 3 weight classes below Canelo. What is the point in that fight? No point. We want to see Canelo fight as his weight class. But that's what I don't get. If he's fighting guys in his weight class, which, might not be Benavidez, then I feel like it'll be a bit more of a let-off. But the fact that, he's looking to fight guys smaller than him, bringing them up to his weight class, I just don't think it's right. I don't think that should be done. I don't think they're the right fights for Canelo. But there are reasons, in my opinion, why. Going into it, I feel like there could be a chance that, even though I do feel like this kind of fight, Canelo and David Benavidez, should be held in Vegas, but I have a feeling Canelo knows that this fight's a big risk. Canelo obviously believes he'll win this fight, but he knows that this is a massive risk, and I feel like Canelo might want to try and get the most amount of money out of this fight as possible. So he's looking to try and get this fight on in Saudi Arabia, and that's why, we're waiting and waiting and waiting. But Benavidez's promoter said it's not looking likely it's happening in 2024. So, again, is there fully any intentions for Canelo to take the fight, though? I don't know. It looks like David Benavidez and his team and his manager are pushing for this fight to happen. Of course they are. But Benavidez wants the world titles. But again, it's just looking like Canelo's holding up the whole situation with this fight at the moment, which is unfortunate because this is a fight for the fans, which we want to see. I mean, Canelo versus Munguia is a fight that interests me as well. I think it interests many other boxing fans, and I'd rather see that fight 100% over Canelo and Jamal Charlo next, or Canelo and Terence Crawford next. Like, I just want to see Canelo at super middleweight, and Canelo and Benavidez is the fight to make it super middleweight right now. There's no better fight. This is one of the biggest fights in boxing, if not the big. It's in the top 3 biggest fights in boxing right now, and I just don't understand the hold up. So that's why there's suspicion around Canelo potentially ducking it. But all these fans are gonna be like, "Oh, Canelo calls the shots." But I mean, yes, Canelo can't. You could say he has got the rights to, but Benavidez is a money fight that's there. It's there. And, it is risky for Canelo because, Benavidez is actually a lot bigger than Canelo. But it's like, Canelo's bringing all these smaller guys up. So now fight someone big. I don't know. It might have been because, Canelo saw what it's like against Bivol. He knows that this is a massive risk. And it's like, Benavidez, even a weight class below, he is a weight class below Bivol. But, he does most likely hit harder than Dimitri Bivol does. But Benavidez is a lot less skillful than Bivol. And, it's a shame this isn't happening, to be honest with you. I'd be rooting for Benavidez because I quite like Benavidez. But I feel like that this is a really winnable fight for Canelo. I really think that this is a winnable fight for Canelo. It's going to be interesting to see if Benavidez can keep someone like Canelo off of him, which is going to be really difficult to do. But again, it'll be interesting to see if Benavidez will be able to catch Canelo with some big ones. It'd be interesting to see. It's a really fascinating fight, in my opinion. But it's just being held up. But it might be because Canelo wants the most money out of it possible. Or, I don't know, he might... I don't know. I don't know. Do I think Canelo's ducking? No. I do think we will see this fight at some point. I do think it will happen at some point in the future. But it's just getting stalled and stalled and stalled. Now is the time for it to happen before, someone lose. What if one of them lose? This fight's got to happen. We'll be one, there'll be lots of people talking about this one for a while, in my opinion. So this is one that must happen for the fans and just for both guys in general. I feel like it's got to happen. Benavidez is basically the last main big challenger for Canelo at super middleweight. I mean, there is Munguia there, but, Canelo Munguia is an interesting fight, but it's like, this is the money fight for him at super middleweight. Once he's done with Benavidez, he could do whatever he wants, but now's the time to make it. What does Benavidez do while he's trying to wait and get this fight done? I don't know. This has got to be the fight that's made, in my opinion. And it's confusing what all the hold-up is for it, to be honest with you. It really is. But it looks like Benavidez's team are the main team pushing for it. But do I think we will see his fight at some point? Yes. But likely this is something that we see in Saudi Arabia, though, to be honest with you. I don't think this happens in Vegas because I feel like Canelo wants the most amount of money possible. I don't think Benavidez cares too much about that. I mean, of course he cares about the money, but I don't think he's as bothered about the big Saudi payday. He take the fight in Vegas, but I have a feeling Canelo's trying to hold out to get this fight on in Saudi. But yeah, we don't keep us waiting too long because apparently it looks like this fight, according to Benavidez's promoter, this isn't happening in 2024 unless Canelo's team and Benavidez's team are completely playing the boxing fans and they will be getting this fight on. Let's wait and see. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, okay? I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.